Hey guys, Hyeperion here. For today's vid, I'll be talking about some big news and massive changes which will most likely happen soon, I hope, in Realm. By the way, some of the info shown here may not be final as it is in testing, but most of it will be implemented, I'm pretty sure about that. So what I'll be covering is the end of winter, a new feature with SD sets, the Ninja and Archer ST sets, some item changes and other changes. Now to the epic stuff, class buffs, mainly to the Samurai, and there will also be a change to LOD, and maybe a new dungeon, or 2 new dungeons. Let's get to it. So first we have the cultist hideout in Nexus, always available now, so you can just enter it. So let's get to it. So first we have the end of winter, so that means no more Permafrost Lord, the sun is melting everything, so no Icy Crystal Prisoner. Oryx Castle will be back to normal, the Nexus will change, and tier 11 weapon reskins are gone. Good riddance, I hate the present dispending ones. Next up is the ST rework. Now you can get bonuses without wearing the full set, so as an example we'll go with the Pixie ST set. Not the best set fully, but now having only a Pixie and a Fairy Plate combined, you get an additional 50 mana, which is alright, I guess, giving a total of 90 mana from the sword and the plate. Could be a cool thing on knights. Another cool one will be the Knight ST set, where having the ring and the sword will basically be like having a buffed Pyrrha with 120 HP and 4 defense from the ring, and the 5 bonus attack from wearing both items in the set, while still having a decent sword on, that is. So I find that pretty cool, I really like this update. Now onto the ST sets, one for the Archer and one for the Ninja, and both sure have very interesting traits. Let's get to the Ninja first. The set consists of the Rei Koku, the Daybreak Chakram, the Hero Jewel Tene, and the Heavenly Magatama. And wearing the full set gives a pretty hot sprite, as you can see here. Okay, so let's get to the items. The Katana, it has 4 range, hits multiple targets and pierces, and to top it off you can see in the DPS graph, beats the rest of the Katanas at basically 80 defense, which is amazing. I'd say it's balanced since it does only have 4 range on a squishy class. Here is its shot pattern, by the way. Moving on to the ability, we have the Daybreak Chakram, and the first thing you read here is that it gives you double armor. However, you drain 60 mana per second, which is pretty bad. It doesn't compare to a Pro or Jugs in terms of reliable tankiness. The star, however, does 900 to 1800 damage. Now that may seem like too much damage, but remember it only has 4 range, which is a pretty solid burst in damage for 90 mana. The armor only gives 9 defense, but 8 attack and 8 dexterity, which is more than a Mercy's Bane, which is pretty good. And having that on an Archer with Crown and Freezing Quiver will give you 17 dexterity and 17 attack, which is pretty huge. I'll probably take this as a pretty solid swap out for damage. And finally the Heavenly Magatama, nothing special like most ST rings. Looking at the gameplay, this set is pretty fun, but will definitely need tweaking. Moving on to the Archer ST set, no full set sprite yet, but we got the Deathless Crossbow, the Quiver of Shrieking Spectres, the Wraith's Brigandine, and the Revenant Ring. The first thing I see is the set bonuses are surely going to be reworked, and I mean look at the bonuses, 25 defense and 235 HP. That's pretty much the most tank set for bow classes. And when we get to the bow, it does more damage than the Void Bow while retaining the same features as it, so I think these features will be tweaked. The Quiver, however, is awesome, and I say it's perfectly balanced. It shoots like an Extreme Prejudice staff with AoE and doing moderate damage with a cost of 120 mana, and it slows, so that's pretty cool. Not overpowered, and you get the speedy on top of that for 2.5 seconds, adding great rushing capabilities paired with the slow debuff. The armor seems pretty strong with 14 defense and 80 HP, making Leaf Hide fully redundant, so I can see that getting reworked. And the ring is how most ST rings are, which is just nothing amazing. Seeing the gameplay here, the set was very fun to play, so I'm looking forward to its release. Next we have some item changes. So first we have the Ogma with a change in sprite for its shots, and the Sunnyside Bow, the Ancient Stone Sword reskin, the Spriteful Shield, the Fire Armor reskin, and the Unbound Defense reskin are all getting their fame bonuses bumped up to 7%. For the fixes, there will be a little tweak to stack shots, maybe having a better time in tomb with less explosions when unstunned. Fix the charge behavior, which I don't know what they mean, more randomized names or realms I guess. Redundant speedy condition effect on a ninja is being tweaked, which I also don't know. And the Janus chest is now removed and less waiting time, which I guess is cool. And finally, the ivory woven chest has stasis immunity, which is excellent. Some extra stuff are server optimizations, changes to the campaign features to allow more campaigns in the future, and other stuff you can read here, nothing too important. Moving on, we have class buffs, not reworks, these are buffs as nothing's being downgraded. The ninja now caps at 60 vitality, which is nothing amazing but still something. However, the samurai has a pretty big buff. It now has 10 extra dexterity, making it cap at 60 dexterity, boosting its DPS to decent levels. 30 max defense, which I feel is awesome, thinking about having candy coated armor and bracer, because now you have 10 extra dexterity. That gives you a total of 66 defense, which is pretty hefty. And he also has 60 vitality, which is 60 vitality now, which is alright, I guess. Now there is news and hints on changes in dungeons, as you can see here. This is implying a tweak to Lair of Draconis, or maybe just making the flames look pretty. And this interesting picture here implying maybe a whole new dungeon. It looks pretty cool, as it looks like you're surrounded by lava and will be a dodge intensive dungeon. But I just hope it's not another one of those Janus dungeons. And there's also this other dungeon teaser, and it's confirmed that it's not an epic lab or manor, so expect something new and cool. So that about wraps up this video. Some big changes going on which I like. I'd personally like another endgame feature like a skill tree, but that's just me anyways. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like. Bye bye. Oh, holy shit.